Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss critical radius of insulation. First of all, why we are going to discuss this topic? So this topic is very important in order to determine the thickness of insulation to be provided on the pipe which are carrying hot fluid like steam. Our basic motive is to minimize the heat transfer rate. Now consider a steam pipe. This is showing the thickness of the steam pipe. This steam pipe is carrying steam at high temperature, and the temperature of the outer surface of the steam pipe is T1. Temperature of the atmospheric fluid is T infinity, and the convective heat transfer coefficient between the outer surface of the steam pipe and the atmospheric air is small h. Now, from the basics of the concept of the thermal resistance, we know that heat transfer rate for this system is given by T1 minus T infinity divided by 1 upon H 2 pi R1L. Okay, this is basically convective resistance. So Q without insulation, this is a steam pipe which is exposed to the air and there is no application of any insulation. In this case, heat transfer rate will be given by this, or there is only convection heat transfer process between the outer surface of the steam pipe to the air. Now here we have applied, in case number 2, we have applied insulation of thermal conductivity K. As I already told you in the lecture of thermal conductivity, insulation means material which are having very low value of thermal conductivity. Now, what will be the heat transfer rate in this condition, in this case? So Q with insulation will be given by T1 minus T infinity divided by ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL plus 1 upon H 2 pi R2L. This is outer surface of the steam pipe. This is thickness of the insulation. Okay, we are only interested in the insulation part. So between T1 and T infinity, there are only two resistances, which is conductive resistance of the insulating material plus convective resistance in case number 2. Now, initially the radius of the steam pipe is R1 of the outer surface. When we are applying insulation, okay, then R2 will increase. R2 is basically the distance of the outer surface of the insulation from the center. So by adding insulation, R2 will increase, and as we increase the thickness of insulation, R2 will increase. So by adding insulation means R2 will increase. What happens after adding insulation? As we already know, in consider this case when there is no insulation, so there is only convective resistance. So after adding insulation, the conductive resistance of the insulating material increases. Okay, so after adding insulation, our conductive increases, because earlier when there was no insulation, then the resistance between the outer surface of the steam pipe and the air was only convective resistance. In this case, when insulation is provided, then the resistance is between the outer surface of the steam pipe and the atmospheric air are conductive and convective. So after adding insulation, conductive resistance is added to the thermal system. It means R conductive is increased, and as we already know that the convective resistance depends on the radius. So when R increases, convective resistance decreases. It means heat transfer rate by convection increases. As we already know, the convection heat transfer rate depends on the surface area. Here surface area is less. For when there was no insulation, surface area is less. When there is insulation, surface area is increased. So convective resistance is decreased. So now our basic motive is to minimize the heat transfer rate by adding insulation. Now for this we have applied insulation. Now we have to check whether our objective is met or not. So after checking, we will find that initially when insulation is added to the system, the increment in the conductive resistance is less and the decrement in the convective resistance is more. So when the thickness of insulation is less, then this happens. This equation can be written as Q is equal to delta T divided by sigma R. Okay, now we can see that sigma R is basically resultant of R1 and R2. R1 is conductive resistance, R2 is convective resistance. Initially what happens? Initially the increment in the R conductive is less as compared to decrement in R convective. What happens due to this? The overall thermal resistance of the system decreases. R convective dominates over R conductive. So when thermal resistance of the system decreases, hence heat transfer rate is increased. So we can see from the graph, R1 is outer surface of the steam pipe. When we are adding insulation, what happens? Initially heat transfer rate increases. So we can see that from the diagram, Q without insulation is less than Q with insulation. Now further when the thickness of the insulation is increased further, then R conductive dominates over R convective, hence that effect will be increment of the thermal resistance, hence the heat transfer rate will decrease. So hence heat transfer rate decreases. We can see this from this graph. Our basic motive was to minimize the heat transfer rate by providing the insulation. Now we will shift our consideration to the case where heat transfer rate is maximum. Why we are going to do this? Because we want to ensure that we are not going to do a blunder mistake. If by adding insulation our heat transfer rate for the system is maximum, then we are doing a blunder mistake by designing the system. We want to ensure that we need to stay away from the condition where heat transfer rate is maximum. So we are going to determine a disastrous condition from which we need to stay away while designing our system where we are going to provide insulation. From the expression of the heat transfer rate with insulation, we can see that we are given a system for which we need to minimize the heat transfer rate. So for a given system, these values, length of the pipe, heat transfer coefficient, temperature of the steam pipe. So T1, T infinity, the temperature of the surrounding in which our system is put, T infinity, R1, the thickness of the steam pipe. These all are constant for a given problem. While doing all this exercise, we have also selected our insulating material. When we have selected, suppose I have selected asbestos for the insulating this steam pipe. Now my basic motive is to determine the thickness of insulation. Okay, so for a given system and for a selected material of the insulation, all these parameters are constant. So in the expression of the heat transfer rate with insulation, all other parameters are constant, only the R2, which the radius of the insulation, which is basically depends on the thickness of the insulation, is variable. Hence, to achieve maximum heat transfer rate, the derivative of the Q with respect to R2 should be 0, and the second derivative of Q with respect to R2 should be negative. Now, from the knowledge of the mathematics, what this shows, this condition is showing basically, the change of slope of the curve. So for Q maximum, change in the slope of the curve is negative. We can see that the slope of the curve is changing the sign from maximum to the downward. So here the slope was positive and here the slope is negative. So for Q maximum, the curve changes its sign to negative. This condition is showing this. So for maximum heat transfer rate for our system, these two conditions should be applied. So while dq upon dr2 is given like this, okay, this is basic mathematics where we have differentiated this expression in terms of R2, okay, and equated it to 0. After further solving, we will get our variable R2 is equals to K by H. So critical thickness of the insulation is the radius of the insulation for which heat transfer rate is maximum for our thermal system. Now hence R2 can be represented as RC, where RC is critical radius of insulation. Now from this expression we can see that critical radius of insulation, which shows the blunder condition. So we should design our system in such a way that we stay away from this zone. From the graph, third important parameter is R crossover. What is R crossover? Suppose we are given a system like this where heat transfer rate is this. We are given a steam pipe of radius R1 for which heat transfer rate is this. Now we are adding insulation, and hence initially heat transfer rate is increased and then heat transfer rate is decreased. Now see this region, this whole region, we are not attaining our objective. Our objective was to decrease the heat transfer rate. Now consider these 2 points. For this point and this point, before insulation and after insulation, heat transfer rate is same. So this is the condition like this. Khaya piya kuch nahi, glass thoda barana. It means we have not gained any benefit. We have added insulation, but heat transfer rate is not altered. So R crossover is very important parameter. Why? Because we have to design our thermal system in this way that our radius of insulation is greater than R crossover. So this is very important parameter which is not discussed in any UG level book. Okay, so our motive is should be that our thickness of insulation should be higher than R crossover. Okay, now from this expression, for a given material of the insulation, we can determine the critical thickness of the insulation. So there arises two cases. Case number 1, which is general case, where R1, the initial thickness of the steam pipe, is lower critical radius of the insulation. Now critical radius of the insulation depends on thermal conductivity of insulating material and the convective heat transfer coefficient. So the minimum possible value of thermal conductivity for known insulating material is 0.05 watts per meter Kelvin, and the minimum possible value of convective heat transfer coefficient, which is in the case of air with free convection, is 5 watts per meter square Kelvin. So the minimum critical radius of insulation comes out to be 1 centimeter. So now to minimize the value of RC, K and H should be minimum. Now if there is a special case where H is high, then critical radius of insulation will decrease. It means we can achieve a condition where RC is smaller than R1. It means our initial radius of the steam pipe is already greater than the critical radius of insulation. It comes in the condition where convective heat transfer coefficient is high, which is a rare case. In that case, we need not to look into this whole concept. In this case, if RC is lower than R1, then after applying insulation, heat transfer rate will always decrease, because we are here to the right hand side of the critical radius. So if RC is lower than R1, which is achieved in the case where the value of H is high, then always heat transfer rate decreases on applying insulating material on the pipes which are carrying hot fluids. From this whole concept, we can determine the critical radius of the insulation, and further we can decide what amount of insulation and what amount of thickness of the insulation we should provide to our thermal system. This is our basic designing process. We are going to stop this part here, and I am going to discuss two beautiful problems from the GATE examination in the next part of this lecture. Okay, so everyone, now in this second part of the lecture, we are going to discuss two problems from the GATE examination. First problem is from GATE 2016. Okay, according to the problem, a plastic slip of outer radius 1 mm covers a wire which is having a radius of 0.5 mm carrying electric current. The thermal conductivity of the plastic material is 0.12 watts per meter Kelvin. The heat transfer coefficient on the outer surface of the sleeve exposed to the air is 25 watts per meter square Kelvin. Due to addition of the plastic cover, the heat transfer from the wire to ambient air will increase, B remain same, C decrease, D be 0. Formula, it is K by H, where K is thermal conductivity of the insulating material. Okay, so from the formula, critical radius of thickness comes out to be 6 mm. Now we need to compare the critical radius with the radius of the wire. Okay, so we have to check R1 is greater than or smaller than the RC. So we can see R1 is 0.5 mm and RC is 6 mm. So R1 is smaller than the RC. So from this comparison, we can choose which graph will follow, upper one or lower one. In our case, R1 is smaller than RC, hence we will follow this graph. If R1 will be greater than RC, then we will choose this graph. So according to the problem, now we will compare what is we will compare R2 and RC. R2 is again lesser than the RC. It means R2 is here. So from the graph we can see heat transfer rate is increasing. Okay, if R2 comes out to be here, then our answer will be initial increase, then final decrease. But R2 is from left hand side of the RC, hence our answer will be this, our heat transfer rate will increase. So option A is correct. are going to discuss a problem from GATE 2015 exam. According to the problem, if a foam insulation is added to a 4 centimeter outer diameter pipe as shown in the figure, the critical radius of the insulation in centimeter is. Now here in the problem, we have provided a convective heat transfer coefficient for inner surface of the pipe and the hot fluid, and we are provided convective heat transfer coefficient for outer surface of the insulation and the ambient air, and we are also provided thermal conductivity of pipe and thermal conductivity of the foam. So according to the critical radius of the insulation, RC is thermal conductivity of insulation divided by H naught. H is basically heat transfer coefficient between outer surface of the thermal system and the ambient air. So to confuse here, two values of H and two values of K are provided. So out of these two, K pipe and K foam, we have to choose K foam in the formula, and out of two values Hi and H naught, we need to select the H naught in the formula, and after solving we can calculate the critical radius of insulation as 5 centimeter. Okay, so we will stop here.